Okay, shower thought, about to get in the shower. Called some half-naked neuroscience here. Two things. One, when we are dysregulated, there's two types of sort of dysregulation we can have. Internal dysregulation, where, let's simplify it here, where your emotional brain, your thinking brain, and your survival brain are out of sync. In other words, they are operating on different levels. They're not balanced. One's taken over, something like that. That's like an emotional dysregulation or survival dysregulation. That's an internal dysregulation. Then we also have a dysregulation where our internal environment doesn't match our external environment. Now, when we are dysregulated, oftentimes we feel physically disconnected. We can feel it viscerally. And so we try to control it. And sometimes one of the ways we can do this is with our body to our environment, right? We can alter our environment, and it will alter our physical or brain state. And then there's two ways that can happen. Either we come down to the level of our environment. This is when people feel really good when they go for a hike or something like that. Some people really appreciate that. They enjoy that. So they go out for a hike. And some people bring their environment up to match their internal state. And you might see this a lot with kids with like ADHD or things like that, where they really like EDM music or techno music, or they just like to crank up music in general, and they just want that fast pace because they need to feel homeostasis somewhere. I don't believe in bringing up the environment to match our state all the time. I think that while it gives us some relief, I think it almost works. It's a short-term relief. I actually think that the right answer is to turn down your nervous system to match the environment. Now, sometimes you have to remove yourself from an environment. Sometimes we don't want to match a high energy environment when we're low. We need to remove ourselves. Just understanding that there's two types of dysregulation. It's internal dysregulation, and then internal external dysregulation. And then two ways to deal with that internal external dysregulation is either move yourself to match your environment or change your environment to match you or your desired state. The internal regulation, that actually requires your brain and body to communicate. And that is where we do a lot of physiological work exercises to activate the brain. Eye movement, bilateral stimulation, breath work, a lot of interoception to regain control of that. So shower thought, gonna go take a shower. Yeah.